Hello everybody, welcome to the United Way. Gary Neville has just come out with a scope. Look, as you see on the thumbnail, what is the problem with Manchester United? Is it the players? Is it the performance? Is it all the managers who have been in Manchester United? Is it the ex-players who are just mounting too much unrealistic pressure on potential or young or new managers? Or is it that our players are very competent? We will talk about this, guys. Just give me 8 minutes, maximum 10 minutes of your time, guys. And please, before you start, click the like on the video. We are giving away one of these. It's today is the 9th, so we basically have 11 days. It will be with you. All you need to do, drop your comment below and tell me, answer this question: who was the opponent when Manchester United lost the last European tournament? When Manchester United won the last European tournament on penalties? Just write it down, any of these videos, and we'll ping this over to you wherever you are in the world. Let's take this out, and now let's go down to serious business. Look, we have Gary Neville, Amorim, like Ruben Amorim has just lost his second game on Manchester United, second defeat in the league, and there have been a lot of these problems coming out, and people are complaining. You are complaining. I mean, Gary Neville fans. We heard, I did a video yesterday telling you guys about our sport director has been sacked. And now there have been some development in regards to Danashaw's sacking. I must tell you guys this because it was very strange. It was, I mean, all the journalists, all those who do this as professional sports people, like journalists, not necessarily fans, they have come to that conclusion that Berada had his hand there, and it was kind of blessed by the owner in Sir Jim Ratcliffe. There must be an issue. I don't know, but I can tell you guys my view, because one of the things I hate as a person is to stand in the fence. Look, I tell even my wife, if you want to divorce with me, it's up to you. I mean, we have to. If you don't want to be with me, or a girl or whatever, it's up to you. You always have to be forthcoming and give people a chance to decide. So yeah, I am not against about position, but your position. But what I am against generally is that people should be very responsible in the way they do their assessment. That is my honest view. So Gary Neville has come out and given an interview about the situation with Amorim, with Manchester United. Amorim's not necessarily his tactics. Well, let me just read in here. Speaking on NBC, Gary Neville said, when you keep changing players and you keep changing your back three and you take 5 players off, you basically say to all of them, because you're obviously being taken off at the start of the game, that you don't trust them. Do you agree on that? When manager does take off players, does it mean they don't trust them? I don't think that's the case with Amorim. This is a manager who hasn't been United for over a month even. Look. Then he went on saying that Eric Ten Hag kept doing that a few weeks ago when we kept changing the back players, changing the midfield. So all of a sudden you've got completely different system, a completely different set of players on both pitches at the end of the game. Look, I can understand where Gary is coming out with this one. That, yeah, it's clear that every club must have its first 11. That's the basics of football. I mean, back in the days when we were kids, it was, I mean, you know your first 11. At least every good manager must have a first 7, even in the modern game. First 7 players who must play in game out. But with a lot of games that we have, managers are trying to adapt in turning players. So football is becoming more and more a team game. The situation here is that, look, this is something different. I want you guys to look back to listen very carefully. Amorim comes to a team of players who potentially are not good enough. I can say 50% of Manchester United players don't have to be in Manchester United. 50. I don't want to call names. And guess what? Players who will suffer, I don't know if they fake injuries, but they suffer from injuries a lot. Amorim himself said in press conference, confirming that he has never had a chat with the doctors, the physios, as he has done it in his young career. Because in Manchester United players, the way it works, like, you might think that, okay, you might ask yourself, ask me, Rob, how do you know a player is injured if he's walking and everything? players give all this information to the physio. And let me say, if a player like Harry Maguire comes and says, my knee is paining, they will make a test and they will ask him certain things. If he's not up to it, if he doesn't really feel it, he won't play it. That is because this is the toppest level in football where every little decision you make might affect a game. So you will always want to lean on the player side that he's not fit, he can play. But there are certain injuries which are really aggravated, which you know the player cannot play a game, which the player can play more than a certain time a certain time in the pitch because the highest level is too quick. But when you see player fans coming in and catching in on the manager who hasn't been here for a while, that he keeps changing players when they know very well the manager did not stay along with these players, I find this very unfair. I find this very I don't want to say Brexit because we're in England and people have a right to choose where they want to be. But I want to say I find it very is that local, or let me say a very confined way of thinking. Because let me see, I have never seen these people. I've never seen someone like Rory Ferdinand. I've never seen someone like Gary Neville go hard on local players. Manchester United is an international brand. I'm just reminding you guys so you should know that most of us, we don't even live in Manchester. We're not even from the UK. We are Africans, we are Asians, but guess what? We are united. So it's Manchester United. I just don't know why former players, especially the English ones, they are more keen to criticize non-English players. This is something that someone needs to call it out. I mean, if you are a fan, if you watch till now, please tell me this question: why do Manchester United, former Manchester United player, the English ones, find it so easy to criticize for foreigners? Why can they not criticize local players? Because it is amazing that they have this power to criticize foreign players. To criticize foreign players whenever they want. Paul Pogba was a soft target. Everyone, Bruno Fernandes, we know he's not doing well. But now we have we had Eric Ten Hag who said he wasn't communicating well. Amorim was the first game. This is killing the club. Again, I repeat, this is killing Manchester United. This is not a football game. If we keep not giving managers the right for them to have a mistake, this club will go down the drain. The power of an organization are those who manage it. We let them to make their mistakes and correct it. I'm not saying you don't need an opinion. I'm talking this from a fan point of view. But what I think is it should be responsible. Because when someone like Gary Neville, with a very huge fan base behind him, huge media presence, saying this, I think he's coming from a place of caring for the club because he really loves Manchester United. It's something which really, I'm just a fan, someone following them, following the club. But Gary is someone who has played in the club and would love to see the club do well. But I just think that for some reasons, our former players just are so soft on going in on non-UK players. And I think at some point somebody needs to come out who has a bigger community talk about this. I'm not talking about a YouTube person. I'm talking about somebody in the football community. The reason why they will not come immediately is because most of them do have NDA, so they can't actually express themselves freely if they wanted to. Non-disclosed documents with the club. So by the time the news is relevant, it has already died out. So I just wanted to come out with this dialogue, with this situation on the way Manchester United Football Club is being run, not everyone being run, but the way the fan base, those who are meant to be the leaders of the club, take advantage to hamper on situation. Amorim comes to a club with players that he didn't buy and players that most of them he wouldn't want, and guess what? He needs to take all this shit. Anyway, guys, sorry guys, this was just a video. I wanted to talk about Gary Neville in particular because Gary Neville is someone which I highly respect as a player, as a pundit, not as a manager. Gary will never be a good manager. No, never is a wrong word. Would hardly be a good manager. But and I think they have to be more responsible. Anyway, if you like what you heard, please click the like on the video. If you hate it, you can give me that thumb down. It's all good. So smash a like on the video. That would be more. And guys, if you want to win one of these, I told you guys, 20th is the last day. You get the name of who won, and I will send it to you guys. So yeah. So with that all said, guys, talk to you soon. Bye bye.